HTML provides for us several different types of lists. Now, we've already looked at the unordered list, which is probably the most common. And now we want to look at the ordered list. The ordered list is not as common because it has a little bit more restrictive type of usage situation, but it is still common enough that you're going to see it on a regular basis. And an ordered list is kind of based upon what it seems like. That is, a list of things that are in a specific order. For example, maybe items that need to be done in a specific order or that occurred in a specific order, etc. So if you were talking about, for example, a list of people who were the CEO of a company or presidents of the United States or something like that, you're typically going to put them in a specific order. And that's what the ordered list is going to do. An ordered list is also great for providing a list of instructions. You need to do step 1, then step 2, and then step 3. And if you do those in a different order, if you try to do step 3 first, you may not be successful because it's building upon something that was done in step 1 and step 2. So let's take a quick look at how you're going to see something like this in real life. So once again, I have a file here of list, and I'm going to put in the OL or the ordered list tag. And this is a matched pair just like before. In the exact same way that I create an unordered list and list items, I'm going to do the ordered list and list items. I have my ordered list tag, and then I'm going to put in an LI for my list item. Step 1, ... Step 2, ... etc., etc. If I come to my order list tags, you'll notice that down here I have step 1, ... step 2, ... And so this is a really easy way to create ordered lists. However, ordered lists do have a couple of special features about them that are not relevant to an unordered list. I want to show you those real quickly. So inside of my order list tag, I'm going to do a space because I'm going to create a new attribute. And this is going to be the start. And so what happens if I had a start and I gave 1, 2, maybe step 3, and then I had a big long description about step 3, or maybe there was a break that you have to take. You have to wait a day to be able to start on step 4. Well, I'm going to put start equals 4. Now when I come back here to my page, when I reload, notice that it skips 1, 2, and 3, and now it's showing me steps 4 and 5. So I can bypass and go through a series of steps maybe I occurred earlier on. And so this is great. And this is really important because if I have another ordered list in here, it's always going to start at 1. Just to demonstrate real quick, I'm going to put this order list after the one that's starting on 4 and doing 4 and 5. And you'll notice if I have 2 ordered lists, notice that it does put them in 2 separate sections, just like I had with my unordered list, but that the second order list always starts back at 1. That is, unless you use that start attribute. So that's a really important thing that you want to keep in mind, is that the start attribute allows us to start at a number other than 1. Now, another interesting attribute that I can do is sometimes I have a list of items, but instead of counting up from 1 to a certain number, maybe I'm counting backwards. And so there's an attribute called reversed. And it's a Boolean attribute. You just have to put that it's there. You don't have to say reversed equals true or anything like that. You just need to say reversed. And if you do this, when I reload, notice that now my second section goes backwards. So I start at 3, 2, and then 1. And so it's reversed the ordering of my list. That's a very simple and easy thing to do inside of HTML5. So it's 2 very powerful attributes that a lot of people don't know about. And I've seen people literally go in and like type in 10 and ... and then they try to do 9, and it's a challenge. This solves that problem. It's very easy. It's built in. and it lets you work with them. Now, one other thing that ordered lists allow you to do, and it's just as like you had with the unordered list, is it allows you to nest them. Now, one thing you can do with a nested ordered list is something like maybe you did when you wrote a term paper. Now, in high school or college, a lot of times you have to create an outline before you turn in your term paper. Your outline has your major points, sub points, and then sub points. And so we can do the exact same thing through an ordered list. Let me show you real quick. I'm going to remove our ordered list initially. I'm going to create a new ordered list. LI, and this is major point 1. Inside of this list item, I'm going to create another ordered list. And I have subpoint 3.1. And inside of here, I'm going to create a sub list. So one more ordered list tag. Now, there's something I've done just to make my life a little bit easier as the code writer and developer, and that is I'm indenting my tag. So every time I nest a tag, I indent it. It makes it easier to see the logical groupings and know exactly what goes with what major points and subpoints, etc. So this is just done to make it easier for me. Now I'm leaving all my attributes the same by default, and come over here and reload my screen. And notice that they're providing 1, 1, 2, 3, 2 and 3, 1, 1 and 2. So each of my new ordered list is picking up and starting back at the number 1, even if I'm a sublist. And that's because of how it's organized. Now, if we did this for like a term paper, then we would probably have Roman numerals and big A's or big capital letters and lowercase letters and numbers and things like that. We'll show you how to do that in styling. But for right now, this is how we start to organize and group our ordered list.